Alright guys, we're back here with Tucker. I've given him a little rest off camera now so you didn't have to just see me desensitizing him again. It's the same stuff, but it's very important that you do it and pay attention to that, but it is kind of a waste of time to be showing you over and over again. So I gave him a little rest off camera, and now what I want to do is show you a couple more exercises that he learned yesterday. I really like these two exercises. The first one is my A to B exercise, and it's very, very important exercise. I'll go ahead and use this fence over here. What I do is I create a gap between me and the fence, or I mean pick anything, you and a barn, a scary object, it doesn't matter, but a claustrophobic gap. The goal is to get them confident going through a small, narrow space, and also when they do get by you, yield the hindquarters and pay attention to you. So what I'll do is I'll point and I'll ask him to come forward. He's not paying attention right now, so I'm going to tap the air, and then I'm going to slowly increase that pressure until he comes forward off of that. So what I'll do is I'll ask him to come through this narrow space, and as soon as he gets by me, I'm going to ask his hindquarters to yield. Good boy. Once he does that, I'm going to point the new direction, ask that hindquarters to yield. Come that new direction, hindquarters to yield. Good boy. So, for learning this yesterday, he's actually showing a lot of confidence going through this gap. I'm really proud of him for that. Tap, tap. Good. Yield on this side is a little bit slow, so watch what I do to correct that. Yield. See, on this side it's wonderful. You can really see how he's paying attention and whipping it through. On this side over here it's a little slow. So what I'll do is I'll say, Tucker, if that hindquarters is still there, I'm going to bring my stick down on it, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. But if that hindquarters is gone, my stick is going to miss it. Tap, tap. A little lazy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that string down now, and I'm going to start trying to refine my cues to where I don't have to move my feet so much. But I will get them with that string if that hindquarters isn't moving. Yield. Again, I really like it on this side, but going to my left, that hindquarters isn't doing quite what I want it to do there. Since that was a lot better, it was a little bit antsy going through, but the hindquarters yield was much better. So I'm going to let him rest here and soak that up. I want him to be very clear with what I expect from him and what I don't expect from him. Point. I love that. As soon as I pointed, that hindquarters was slow there. As soon as I pointed, he went through that gap really nicely. Point, pressure, release. Pressure, 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 release. Good boy. So right there what he did was he kept his front end going through. So what I did was I used my halter to kind of block that front end movement. There, I like that hindquarters yield a lot better. So you just keep on going back and forth until you get some consistency and relaxation. You don't want him to be going through here worried. Good boy, Tucker. A little slow again, but it was his most relaxed one going this way yet. So I wanted to reward that. Keep going. It needs to be a little bit quicker going through that gap to my left. Nice hindquarters yield right there. There. See, that one was by far his best one. Now, he went through. I was a little bit late. If I would have tried to block him right here in the middle, I would have put myself in a vulnerable position. So I just let him go through. I didn't like it, but what I will do is I'll send him back through here, and I'll just let him rest here. Now, he's a little bit close to me. There. So I'm just going to back him up. Now, I'm not going to let him go through so quick. He's real eager to get through from this side, but he's not so much to get through on the other side. So he's anticipating me a little bit. Just rub, 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 and let him relax right here. There, just think about that. Now send him through. Yield. Yield that hindquarters, please. Yield. Gotta finish that. Good boy. Let him soak it up. If he's too eager to get through, get back, please. There you go. If he's too eager to get through, then don't send him through right off the bat. Yield the hindquarters. Very nice yield. Point. Another good yield. Let him think about it again. Good. He's really getting soft. Do you notice how he's getting softer on this halter? See how I can just keep my hand up here and open? That's a really good sign that he's starting to understand that yield. Watch my right hand. It stays up and opens. If you can do that with your horse, you're getting a lot closer to where you need to be. If they're pulling on you every time and you really have to be yanking on them, it's not quite good enough yet, so keep practicing. Good boy, Tucker. So I'm going to let him think about that. I'm going to end it on this side because I don't want to send him through on the side that he's eager to get through. Now there's one more exercise that I want to show you, this carousel exercise. And this will really help your horses get soft and come around in a circle in a very nice pattern. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create some energy and get them running around in a circle. I want him to be trotting right here. Now he's a little confused because my belly button's pointed forward and he's used to rolling back when I do that, but he'll understand the difference in my body language. He did this for the very first time yesterday, so it's not surprising that he was a little confused right off the bat, but look how quickly he picked it up. So what I do is I use this stick as a gauge to how far I want the horse away from me. I want my shoulders lined up with the stick, lined up with his shoulders. We're all in a line right here. So right here he's too far away, so I can kind of pull him in with that halter. Point, I want him staying in the trot. Now if he was too close, like if my stick was hanging way over like this, then what I do is I tap his neck away and drive him away. Whether I drive him away or pull him closer, I create a really nice shape in this horse. He'll learn how to run around in a circle with his rib cage bent to the outside and his head to the inside, which is a nice, soft, balanced way to run around. When I want him to change directions, I'm going to yield his hindquarters, step in, switch direction, drive him out. That was a really good yield. So see, I want my shoulders, the stick, and his shoulders lined up. I'm walking forward rather than at him because I don't want to, if I turn like this and walk towards him, see how much that drives him away? I don't want to drive him away so much, I want him to bend around me. This exercise really creates that bend and that relaxation. This is an exercise I do a whole lot with my horses. It's very easy, it's physically easy, it's mentally easy, but they sure learn a lot. They learn how to run around in a nice circle, they learn how to yield their hind end, yield their front end, and change directions. It's a wonderful exercise. So for this being his second day, I'm really proud of this. He's learning this pretty well. I really like the shape that he has and the softness. That's really good right there. So watch, I'll yield the hind end, point, yield the front end, go off in my new direction. I'll do that again in this direction. Yield the hind, yield the front, and off in that new direction. I'll just yield him here and bring him in. See how little that took me to yield right there? I just looked at it like that and he was ready to move. I really like that. This horse is coming a long way for being his fourth day. Really proud of him. I think he's got a ton of potential and talent. So I look forward to making more videos for you guys. I'm really excited about it. I think he's going to progress really quickly. So thanks again, guys, and I look forward to seeing you soon.